Man, I like that song. So you got a little glimpse of what I do before reviews. I look up information on the piece that I can't remember, and I didn't even look up what I was supposed to. I was listening to that sad-ass song. There's this other sad-ass song that just came out too. I heard at the CMAs, where some guy says his wife left him, and then towards the end of the song, and he can't understand why she left, and then towards the end of the song, he puts a rose on her headstone. It's like, oh, that sucks. Where the hell's the... Oh, there we go. All right. Extreme Collectibles here. Like I said, you get a little preview of behind the scenes, maybe you can say that was. But I'm here with a tiny piece. Tiny little guy, which she never said. And I'm really excited because I just got this in and I wasn't sure what to think. And not only that, but I was going to put it with a certain part of my collection, but now that I have it, I think I'm going to put it with a different part. So let's dive in on a probably very quick but interesting review. Extreme Collectibles here with, I don't know what scale it is, I would guess 1/7, 1/8, somewhere in there. Wolverine Statue by LBS Studios. So this is my first piece from them. I got it off eBay for 170 bucks, and this is one of 350. They made 350 of these, and I don't even know what other pieces they made. They may have made this Jason piece I wanted that's kind of silly like this. But I got this because it's kind of a silly statue, or I thought it was. But you're going to see some pictures here. It's not really that silly. It's kind of badass other than his big head. But I purchased him because I was going to put him with my silly characters. So a lot of those I've reviewed. Chubby Batman, Bat Duck. Or I haven't reviewed Chubby Batman yet. I'm still waiting on that forever. But I've reviewed... It doesn't matter. But I was going to put him with silly characters, but now that I'm looking at him, I think he'll just go with my Wolverine display, even though he's quite a bit smaller, kind of a cool token. I don't know if he was worth the money, but it's really well done for such a small piece in a company I'd never really heard of before. They have 350 of them, 170 bucks. Seems weird to pay 170 bucks for something this small, but today there's all this controversy because... I'm filming this the day that Gladiator Hulk came out from Sideshow, and everyone's flipping out about the price. It's like businesses will charge whatever their customers will pay. Customers dictate the market prices. Excuse me. Now I'm just getting on a rant. But came in a extremely well-packed box. I had 4 or 5 different layers. Did come from overseas, so shipping was a while. I don't know if I bought it directly from the distributor or just from an eBay supplier, but it's only 2 pieces. So Wolverine and the base, which is an X. So assembly was incredibly difficult. It took me about 4 hours. And here he is. So pretty cool. Let's just talk about him. Conceptually, it's Wolverine with a big head. So as I said, I think this was supposed to be a silly character, but he's kind of bloody, cut up, and screaming Wolverine rage, so maybe he's not supposed to be funny. And he's on a broken X. And one cool thing about the X, it almost, when I was pulling it out, I thought it was in different pieces, to be honest with you. But it's just a weird design on the tips of the X, like they were cut off. And I don't know why they did that, but it looks really good. And he's standing there screaming, screaming mode. And the more I think about this, why isn't there a quarter scale Wolverine statue with proper distributed anatomy or scaled head to body like this? I would buy that. Would you buy that? Comment if you would. And so very cool. He's bloody. He was just in a fight. Maybe he cut himself. That's why he's screaming. Maybe he cut someone else. But really interesting piece. I like the concept, and it's going to go well with all my Wolverine and Logan statues. And so let's talk about these Sculpt and Paint. Really quick before we do, this is kind of hard because it's so small. That would be it, that's what she said. Not to me. I just realized you guys probably think I'm very insecure about my size with all these jokes. I don't really care. I'm not, but that's neither here nor there. This is going to be such a bad review, and maybe it's because it's a goofy statue, or maybe because it's the fourth one I've filmed in a row, and it's a busy as hell week, and I'm filming this the day Endgame comes out. It's Thursday today, and I'm going to go see it tomorrow, 5:30. By the way, I have the row right behind the bar, the 3 middle seats, recliners for me and my sons. So excited. Even though some jackass on my YouTube channel, on all of my frickin' videos, he posted a spoiler, which I'm assuming is true. So I had to block him. It's like, seriously. Actually, it didn't piss me off too much. It's kind of an assumed spoiler. But he's ruining it for everyone else. I am not talking about this at all. Let's talk about this. Hopefully you fast-forwarded through all that. If I start talking about other stuff again, I'll just make sure I fast-forward this in the video.
So you won't have to listen to it, because I know you're watching this for the statue, you're not really watching it for me. And if I was to rant on and on and on about stuff that isn't even involved with the statue, that would probably be pretty annoying for you as the viewer. So I'll make sure that I get right into the statue and start taking care of that stuff if that works for you.
So with the paint and sculpt here, starting at the base, it's really cool, to be honest with you. As I said, it has all those cracks and jagged edges, and there's not really any texture on this. There's a tiny bit, but I like what they did on the paint. There's 4 or 5 different metallic type shiny / dull colors that really makes it pop. Even some purple in there. Really, really cool. His shoes on the back, there's like this wet effect. I don't like how they're bending over, and it almost looks like he has a little bit of clown shoes, so I don't think the feet are proportioned right. And they could have done a little bit of detail in the shoes as far as texture and seams, because they did it really well in the pants, as you see here. He's got some folds and some texture, and it's really well done for such a small piece. Even his belt looks really good for a sculpted tiny piece. Then I like his anatomy a lot, and his skin tones, and they even painted some hair on there. That's not sculpted, that's just paint, but it's really, really cool. I like the red colors they used in the cuts, but outside in the other splatters, looks kind of like fake blood. They should have chosen a different tone for that. But really good job on the anatomy. You see some of his veins and some blue paint on those. And some of those are sculpted in with the blue paint on top. Some are just blue paint. And even here you see his back is just as ripped as his front. And his biceps and forearms the same. His hands, which I don't remember if I have any pictures, so you may not be able to see them. Not good differentiation between the fingers. They could have done a better job there. The blades are plastic, but they look okay, and I like the darker blood that they used on them. Then starting on his head, the sides, the hair looks like a plastic. The sides and the back looks like plastic, so I think that's an unfortunate miss, because the rest of the statue looks a lot better, but maybe it's supposed to look that way. And then on his face, the top, it's weird because part of it looks really good and part of it looks just plasticky like a toy. But they did a good job showing his anger, showing his rage with some folds above his eyes. His eyebrows look very similar to his hair. I like that they whited out his eyes to show the Wolverine rage. His nose looks like a cartoonish nose, but I think that's intentional. They could have done a better job with the facial hair. And I'm not talking about his mutton chops, but where his mustache and his chin are, because they did a great job with hair on his chest, but not so much on his face. His mouth looks really good. They did a great job of the sculpt of the tongue. The teeth could have been done a little bit better, a little bit more differentiation. I think it would have been cool if they put some blood on his teeth. That would be neat. But so kind of a funky figure, cool figure, LBS, Wolverine, 1 of 350. If someone knows a scale, let me know. And this is the last review I'm going to film. Now I'm going to go upstairs and say hello. I haven't even been drinking. Can you believe that? Anyway, hope you liked it. If not, give me a thumbs down. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, because I'm not normally like this. I'm usually much, much worse. So subscribe, hit that bell, give me a comment, and I really appreciate you watching.